What's up, YouTube? This is Keenan, and I'm back again to present another video review of Your Eternal Seed. It has been almost 1 month. On the 9th, today is the 7th of July. On the 9th of July, it will be 1 month since I registered, and about 2 weeks before I actively started doing something with about 3 weeks since I've actively started doing something with Eternal Seed, as in presenting it to people and talking to people about it. So I want to do a quick review of it and give you guys my opinion after 1 month of being involved with this. I do want to say up front that Your Eternal Seed is not a business. It is not a company where people get paid. It is really just a platform where people register and everyone has the same idea in mind of gifting one another to help one another out. It is pretty straightforward. You register, you go through the process of identifying yourself and how you would like to receive your gifts. And once you get in, you contribute a gift to the person who is at the top of your board in the senior position, and then you progressively make your way to that position yourself. So I want to give a quick demo to that process, and let you guys see it for yourself. I did want to say that there is a young lady on YouTube who brought to my attention that my verbiage, I should be careful about my verbiage, which is absolutely correct. I thought I had been pretty careful on what I was saying prior to, but I did notice in my description there were a few words that I needed to change because it is not an investment company or any type of investment, because you are not getting returns. You are getting a gift from individuals. Her name is, if I'm not mistaken, let me see really quickly here. Her name is Takara Taylor. So I wanted to thank Takara Taylor for correcting that or noticing that and shooting me a message. So I really appreciate that. So without further ado, I wanted to go ahead and get into it and just do a quick review of it. So again, Your Eternal Seed is a platform where individuals get together and donate gifts to one another. Everyone is able to register using the Join Us tab. Usually someone will provide you with a link to get into this platform, and you go through the registration process. So the individual will click on Join Now, and whoever invited you, their name will appear right here in the inviter's username area. Then of course you go through the basic process of registering like you do with any other website. First name, last name, email, do a confirmation of the email, phone number, and in this area here, in the gift preferenced area, excuse me, pardon me about that. In the gift preference area, you would include what method of gifting, how you would like to receive your gifts. Most people have selected Cash App, I noticed. I've also seen PayPal. Zelle has gotten really popular. And of course, there's Venmo and Google Pay. There are different types of different forms that you can use for the gifting preference. I want you to identify, I think that you should at least do two, so the people will have an option. And then from there you go and create your username and your password. And create a password, retype it as a confirmation, and hit join. Once you join, you will log in. You will actually be required to do a $10 donation to the administrator for putting this amazing site together. In that process, it has been, and to be completely transparent, it has been a little, it's like a bottleneck because there's so many individuals trying to be a part of this. That has been the only thing that has really slowed up the process for me anyway, and a few of the people that have signed up under my link. I try to keep in contact with most of them. I'll send an email. There are a few that I haven't gotten to yet that I plan to get to soon. But I think that process of getting the donation paid and being activated has been the one thing that has slowed up the overall performance, in my opinion, of Your Eternal Seed. Again, that is my opinion and my opinion only. So once you get in, you will do your donation to the admin, and once that's processed, that can take up to 24 hours at this point. There's so many people trying to be a part of this that I've seen it happen actually in 20 minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes sometimes, and then sometimes it takes a little while. So I think that is just speaking to the popularity of Your Eternal Seed, which is a good thing because the more people that join, the faster the boards move. So log in here, and everyone's information that is shown here, I will gray out for privacy. I don't believe in just exposing people's contact information, so you will have a grayed out board or blurred image on your screen when you see it, because I do not want to show anyone's private information. So once you get in here, you'll notice your welcome screen. This is your member homepage. You'll have a welcome screen. You'll have your name, your username. My username is That Dude Keenan, and you'll have a referral link. Your referral link is what you provide to individuals for to get them signed up. Individuals will have questions. You answer their questions as best as you can, and if not, you talk to your sponsor, get your sponsor to your inviter to answer the questions for you. Hopefully, they're knowledgeable enough to answer any questions that anyone may have. And then once you get started, you get to this board, you go to board placement. Once you click on board placement, you select what level you want to start with. There are several different levels. You can go at 25, 100, 500, 1,000, and 3,000. I've been suggesting people to start with 25 just to get their feet wet, to have an idea of how this process works. It's a lower risk by going in with this. Not to say that people that don't have a problem going at the other level should not do it, but I do think that there's a slight learning curve when it comes to Your Eternal Seed. It is completely different from other programs that are out there. I've heard people describe this as the electronic flower or the digital flower. This program, this platform is not the flower. It is not the flower. It works differently. The flower requires a different process than this does. The flower also has individuals managing the ins and outs of the flower, the placement of the people on the flower, sending out updated information every so often of the image of the flower to tell you where you are. This is completely different because you can log in and see where you are. You can see the boards move, see the board split. So that's why I lean toward this versus the flower. But so you select the level you like to enter on. It'll ask you, are you sure? Once you click on submit, it'll basically ask you, are you sure? Do you confirm this decision? You say yes, and then it'll go back to the main screen. You go back to the main screen, and you will have a box that appears at the top of your screen, and there'll be a blue box. In that blue box, it'll have a user's name, their first and last name, and the different options that they selected when they registered to be gifted by. It'll say, again, the username, the person's first and last name, their email address, their cell phone number, and also the options they choose to be gifted in. So it is my practice, and I tell anyone that is a part of my group that they should take a picture or a screenshot of that person's information. And I say that because you're going to be gifting them, and it's their responsibility to confirm that you sent that gift. And if for some reason it's delayed, that they don't immediately confirm, and when I say immediately, I'm talking 5 minutes later, or a few minutes later, or 15 minutes later, it's still not confirmed, you have their information in order to contact them to say, hey, I sent you a gift because you're in the senior position and I wanted to go ahead and gift you. I would like to be confirmed. And I'll show you what that means when I say confirmed. But you need to have that information, because there are times where people may be busy, or people may not be checking their boards, or just not paying attention, and you're itching to be confirmed. So you want to have that information readily available. So if, for example, there is a box here and it says, hey, you're supposed to donate this person, When I go to my board, my first board, when I first came in, like I said, it was 28 days ago. I came in the $25 board, and it's identified at the top. That's me there, that dude Keenan. That person at the top of the board was B. Thompson. So when I first logged in and did board placement, there was a box here that said B. Thompson, his or her first and last name, email address, cell phone number, and the methods at which they would he or she wanted to be gifted. And I'd submit my gift, and my initial color was red because I had a pending ticket to be confirmed, meaning that I had not gifted yet, or that my gift to B. Thompson had not been confirmed. Once B. Thompson saw on his or her end, in that same spot on the homepage, it was a green box. The green box would say Keenan Gibbs, my username, my email address, cell phone number, and the amount that I gifted him or her. So once B. Thompson checked, whatever method they are receiving gifts in, it could be Cash App, PayPal. More than likely, they got an alert on their cell phone or a text message or an email that said, "Hey, this person has just gifted you $25. Would you?" And then once they verify that that money is there, they'll go back to their home screen, and on their side, it would say confirm. Once they click on confirm, what will happen is it'll say, "Hey, are you sure that you want to confirm this amount? Did you really receive this money, basically? Did you really receive this gift?" And if B. Thompson clicked yes, I would turn from red to black. Black meaning that I have no invitees. So that speaks to my next point, invitees. I have gotten flooded with questions of whether or not you actually have to bring in 2 people or more people. And the answer is no, you don't. You do not need to bring in anyone. Would I suggest that? Absolutely not. I suggest that you bring in at least 2. And at $25, I don't see why anyone wouldn't take a small risk at that. Everyone wants to be gifted, so why not take a chance on contributing a gift for $25? So that being said, if you don't decide to bring in people, chances are there may be other people on your board that have that same attitude, take that same approach. And if they do not, decide to bring people in, guess what will happen to your board? It will stop moving. So you will find yourself frustrated because your board isn't moving because everyone's taking the wait and see approach. Let me just see what happens and see if I end up getting gifted. Well, once everyone takes that attitude, then you will not be gifted anytime soon. So I hope that anyone that decides to take this chance and join the gifting program has the intent of moving forward with gifting. So back to the board. Like I said, the colors represent different levels within the organization, meaning that when you're red, you have a pending ticket. When you're black, you have not invited one just yet. This person here hasn't invited one yet. This person hasn't invited one, at least one person yet. When you turn green, that means that you've invited at least one person to join the platform. Then, of course, blue means that you've done 2 or more. Once you pass 2 is actually the goal, but once you pass 2, it just stays blue. So I came in on the freshman level in position 6. And the difference that I mentioned earlier between the flower and this is that on the flower, the expectation is that everyone on I don't know the levels, the first level, when you first enter the flower, there has to be 8 people before it splits in half or it divides, the flower separates or something or other, and you have a new person in the center. I think it's the earth position, or I don't know. I don't participate in the flower. So you have to have 8 people. Well, with your eternal seed, it's not 8, it's 4, which means that it processes a lot quicker. Whenever I look at a board, I visually put a line down the middle. I put an imaginary line down the middle. B. Thompson being the senior, and right at the bottom here where this button is, being the bottom of the box, the bottom of the board, right down the middle, I'll envision a line. And the only thing that's important to me as a non-senior are the four people, the four boxes on whatever side of the board that I'm on. If I'm on this side of the board, the right side of the board, I'm concerned with box 5, 6, 7, and 8. If I'm on the left side of the board, I'm concerned with boxes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Of course, all the other boxes on the upper levels are already filled in. So once the 4 on my side of the board, in this case, I'm in box 6, box 5 would have already been filled. Pardon me. Once 5, 6, 7, and 8 fill, this board will split directly in half. Now, just recently, today actually, I was asked a question by a young lady. Well, what happens if the left side of the board isn't filled in and the right side does? And that is possible. What happens is the board still splits, but it splits in the favor of the junior on that side of the board, meaning that once these 4 fill in, the board splits. This person becomes a senior on their own board. And if these people weren't in yet, in these spaces yet, 1, 2, 3, or 4, B. Thompson's board would not retire just yet. Now, everyone on this side of the board would no longer be concerned with B. Thompson because everyone on this side had already filled in. But B. Thompson would still be waiting for the rest of these to fill in so that he or she can be retired. So the board works independently of each other. As long as B. Thompson is senior, or whoever is a senior, they're concerned with the entire bottom row. For anyone else, we're only concerned with the 4 on each side. So I'm going to go to the next screen and show you what I mean. So now that 4 are filled in, this person here becomes a senior. So if I go to the next board, and I show you the first board, this person right here, Agape 0417, is a junior. Everyone on these 4 here at the bottom become sophomores, become these 4 here. And there'll be 8 new positions on the bottom. So that's this board here. So Agape is a senior. These 2 people were in the sophomore position. Now they're juniors. And then here I am in position 2. I went from here to here, because this whole area here on the first board is no longer there. And these are 8 new freshmen. So this board now works the same way as the last board. And imaginary line going down the middle, the only people that I'm concerned with, because I'm here on the left side of the board, the only people I'm really concerned with are these 4 underneath me. Once these 4 come in, the board will split again and this person will become senior. I'm no longer concerned with this person or anyone else. I'm just looking at these 4 here. These 4 are initially empty and they get filled in as people decide to join and decide to join the gifting program. So what would that look like next? This person will be senior. This person in position 1 and myself will be a junior. So if I'm a junior and I'm in position 2, then I'll be a junior in position 2 up here on the next board. And I can show you that board by going to this screen here. And there I am, position 2 as a junior. And that's the new senior. And it continues the exact same way. This board will split. Imaginary line, this board will split when these 4 fill in on my side. I can care less about the people over here because that's not on my side of the board. Once those 4 at the bottom fill in, now guess who's the senior? And that's me. Now that I'm the senior, it's not, for me, it's not about right or left. It's about everyone on this board, because I'm receiving a gift from everyone on this board. Now for everyone else, they're only concerned with the people on their side, the right or the left. I'm sorry, the right or the left. But as a senior, I'm looking at every single box that is filled on the freshman row, because each person will gift me the amount that this board represents. So in this case, when I came in, at position 6, I gifted the senior $25. Well, now that I'm the senior, every person that comes in here will gift me $25. 8 times, excuse me, 8 times 25 is 200. So I gifted 200. I'm sorry, I gifted 25 to enter, and I received $200 as a gift from everyone on the freshman row to retire. And that's apparent by here. Once I receive all 8 gifts, my board retires. And that process simply repeats itself over and over and over again as long as you decide to re-enter. So I've gotten the question, okay, well, what happens when you're a senior and receive your last gift? Well, you have 4 choices. You can re-enter the same board. You can go up to the next level. In this case, I'm at a 25. The next level would be 100. You could do the 100 and re-enter the 25. That's the third option. And the last option is clearly you can walk away at that point if you want to. But personally, I don't see why you would want to. And I guess in the best case scenario, what you would do is you've received a gift of $200. You put $100 in your pocket and you take $100 and go into the next level. But here's the thing. When you send out your link, anyone that registers with your link is only allowed on the boards that you are actively on. So if I were to retire from this board and decide, you know what, I'm just going to do the $100 board, anyone that uses my link would have to go into the $100 board. I personally don't see that as being fair. If I started at 25, why can't they start at 25? So for me, as a quote unquote leader, someone that has asked someone else to join using my link or invited someone to join using my link, why not go back to the 25 so they can go in at the lower level, decrease their quote unquote risk, and go through the same process. So my strategy is to always maintain a lower board so that anyone that's interested can try it. You go into the lower board and you go through the process, and then if you're interested, you come to the next level board. To me, it's just common sense. It just works. So overall, I think within the last month, this has really surprised me. I said that it was working before, but it's really working. My group has grown tremendously. I've tried to help as many people as I possibly can to understand this process, to answer any questions that have come my way, to speak to people on the phone, to communicate through YouTube, which has been a great resource for me. I started a Facebook group and everyone seems to join and talk about Your Eternal Seed, which is an amazing thing. And I really enjoy it. Now, mind you, I'm still working a full-time job that I work every single day. I'm thankful for telework, with everything that's going on in the world. I've been allowed to telework, so that's been a blessing, but I'm constantly getting phone calls and emails and text messages and direct messages, DMs about Your Eternal Seed. And I'm trying my best to answer every single one of them. I believe that I should be able to help people. I enjoy what I'm doing. It's been a great experience for me, and I really do believe that I should be able to go back and help people the way that, just to give back, I guess. So that's been my review. Like I said, it's been really successful for me. I'm really trying to communicate the complete my honest opinion about Your Eternal Seed, be completely transparent. I have no problem answering questions. If you want to contact me, my email will be in the description. Shoot me an email. My link to join is down there as well. I do plan on doing some team building, meaning that people have been really supportive to me. So I'm looking to help everyone that has used my link. So I will be doing another video probably right after this one to post along with this one to explain my plan for what I want to do for anyone that has used my link in the past. I just believe in, like I said, I believe in giving back. I've been blessed in this, so I want to help as many people as I possibly can. Again, I appreciate your time. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I hope everyone's safe, and I will talk to you soon.